You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Podcast Network. Find all of our shows at wearelibertarians.com. You're listening to the We Are Libertarians Network. Learn more at wearelibertarians.com.
Welcome to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. This is episode number 407 of East San Antonio's favorite podcast. Jeremiah Morrell here, joined by executive video producer, audio engineer, cross-country coach, and censor to the show, Zach Burcham.
Oh, you guys need to give me a dump button. I need it.
I like living dangerously. It's only 19 minutes to 8. We can't do anything that wrong in that amount of time, right? Mr. Bones is here in the co-host chair. Thanks for making the effort and the drive out here.
Good evening.
You beat me to the studio today.
Did. Traffic was smooth.
Well, listen, we've gotten the word out that you can't get to Newcastle from there, so now people are staying away.
They are.
And it's just wide open for you.
Yeah.
You came in on Highway 38, didn't you?
I did.
Drove in on 38 right past Walnut Ridge RV.
I did. I never noticed the sign, though, on 69.
Yeah. Did you pick up a tail on the way in?
I did.
Yeah, because this dude in a Mini Cooper rolled up right behind you.
I was like, who the fuck's this? Oh, shit. I didn't mean that one. I'm sorry.
We tried.
65 seconds in. 65 seconds, Bones.
We can't talk about
We
it.
tried. Hey, Tommy Oakes is here. Good job, Mr. Bones. Well, way to introduce our guest.
The stalker.
Tommy is here, longtime sponsor and patron of the show, and making his first in-person visit.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks
Appreciate
for finally showing up.
We've only asked 20 times.
Yeah, we ask every week. And oh no, I'm sorry, I'm doing juice in the morning or whatever.
But the good news is this check clears every month.
It's great. It's good times. So welcome.
At least on your guys' side.
We're going to be talking about some stuff Tommy's got going on over at Walnut Ridge, big RV show this month. Got some national news. We said, listen, we've done a bunch of hyper local stuff. We did the data center last week, and we just want to have a fun and frivolity episode of News React and cutting it up. And
We've already succeeded on one thing.
Bones said, "Yep, I'm in. Let's go full send immediately." So I could tell it's gonna be that kind of night. Gonna talk about a little national news. We've got a state news story coming out. Governor Braun made some appointments to a committee that I can't believe that we were overlooked on. And we got a whole lot of sports on the back end of the show. So that's the plan. The show is about our lives in rural Indiana. We're here to push your boundaries and make you think as individuals. Sometimes we provoke you, other times we make you laugh, but hopefully you'll always learn something new. If you are a patron, you got to hear 20 minutes of food reviews and randomness, Mr. Bones.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good value.
It is.
It's worth it at any level. But $50 or more a month, you get your name at the top of the episode. Your name, your business, what you're all about. Who are the people we need to thank this time?
Jonathan Phillips over there at Wetzel Ford. You need a new Ford Ranger, Ford F-150 Expedition. Jonathan's your man.
Okay.
You want to look good? You want to have your teams look good? Blake Reese over there at Varsity Outfitters.
Right here in Newcastle.
Right here in Newcastle. You have a loved one that's passed away and their monument is kind of degraded and needs cleaning.
A little freshening up.
Yeah. You'll talk to Jeremiah's mom.
Joyce. Morrell monument cleaning.
Yeah, not Joan. No,
Joyce. Joan works remote. She's harder to reach.
Does Joan clean the dead people and mom cleans the headstone? Is it like a tag team effort?
Yep. You're doing a great job.
Very good.
Yep. And
Pops Recycle is going to make that Schwinn new again.
That's right.
Or if you want a Schwinn from 1953, he'll have one for you.
Get you. He will match you up with a Chicago Schwinn.
Yep.
There are deals going on right now.
Yes.
There's inventory clearance.
Ooh.
And he's getting rid of the 54 model so he can make room for the 55s.
Oh, nice.
I think that's what's going on.
And you get new tires on those.
And listen, if you ask real nice, you get some new tires.
White walls, maybe, too. Now, for this last one, he came in, he followed me right down 38, pulled in right behind me, said, I want to be on the show. And here he is, Tommy Oakes, over at Walnut Ridge RV.
Wow.
After begging and pleading, right?
Yeah. He finally figured out the password to the door. We let him in.
It only took a little bit of a black eye over here on the side, but definitely want to thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it.
We're excited to have you. So we'll explain Patreon real quick. That's how we pay the bills here. It's how we keep the lights on, keep the internet going, covers the rent, and we try to pay you guys back, giving you a little something extra. The show notes are sent to you in a Facebook group. You get special access to a Facebook group.
Special.
And then if you're a patron, you get the super high quality special edition podcast sent directly to you.
Oh.
And it's got its own RSS feed. So when you do that, you get an email every night when it's done and published, and then it's there ready for you to listen to. So we try to super serve. All that said, Tommy, it's almost the fall. We just had Labor Day. So now it's we're running out of daylight. It's flannel season. It's crockpot season.
90-degree days are behind us.
The perfect camping weather, if you ask me.
It feels like October. The campgrounds are full. Everybody's out camping, but maybe they're thinking about getting their new one, their next model. They're going to upgrade their old passport with their next gen passport.
The slide stopped working for some reason. We need an upgrade.
What's going on down at Walnut Ridge?
Well, we got a lot going on. Definitely have quite a few Model 25s that are still out there that we've put in quite a bit of discounts on. Even a couple 24s that we still have that are well below MSRP.
That are new and like new?
They're new and like new alike.
So how does something magically hang out for a year and a half? Do we blame the salesman, or is it's just waiting on the right family to come through?
I think it's the right vision.
Something with a little quirky floor plan.
Yeah, something
maybe it's got a wet bath and a bunkhouse,
or some lofts
for hosing the kids down.
Maybe some lofts, maybe a back porch. Maybe the bedrooms are upstairs instead of downstairs. And so somebody like myself, it's not always easy to climb up stairs after a couple bourbons.
So there's some unique opportunities for some discounted stuff that's still new.
Absolutely.
So the going away sales on some of these things.
And you still get all of the manufacturer warranties and everything with them. And then you have 2026s that are coming out, which is kind of cool for September. Even though we have great sales going on at the dealership right now, September the 19th, 20th, and 21st, we're going to have a fall show down at the State Fairgrounds. And it's going to be a great time to be able to see some of the new 26s, maybe those Brinkleys that everybody likes to talk about, or upcoming Cougars that Zach and I were talking about off there. But definitely going to have a little bit for everybody. Perfect time to upgrade or even find that first camper for Bones.
We're going to keep looking hard.
You came with me to the one of the winter RV shows. You get to look around a little bit.
Boat Sport and Travel Show.
So this is just the RV version of that. Basically, is what happens at the rent for a thing. Rent boats and maybe RVs, kind of a deal.
Yeah, you're gonna have some boats in there as well. So kind of that last ditch effort. Really kind of boost sales. For us, it's what helps kind of carry us through the wintertime. Because Indiana's notorious for not being great camping weather in December or January.
That's right. That's your time to get the new one and get people into it, right?
I always say the best part about buying a camper now is you get to use it. If something were to happen to go wrong, you have that warranty to take care of it all winter long, and you don't have to worry about missing a camping trip.
That's exactly when I bought the two times I went to a dealer and bought a camper. They were like late fall, where you got a couple of trips in that year. And you kind of come up with your punch list. Because if you buy a new camper, there's things that you need to have done, little minor things. Hey, this little water deal is dripping a little bit, or hey, this closet door is not quite right, or I don't like the way the seal comes together. So you take it out, use it a few times, and you say, hey, take care of these things, and they do a good job of getting you hooked back up. And
you're not as impatient about when you want to get it back.
That's right. So say somebody comes out, they buy a camper on the 19th on that Saturday at the big show. And they say, hey, we want to do this. What's the process look like? How long does it take to go from, hey, Tommy, we really like this thing, to when can I make my reservations to be it? I buy it Friday. I get it Saturday.
Well, we do have a couple campers. If you're wanting a little single axle, either Puma or Hideout, what we have going on right now is a camp today, where we run a quick PDI process on those. They're pre-prepped, and then you might even get your sales guy doing the full orientation for you. If it's early enough in the day, we try to pencil you in across the street at our service department. But typically on your bigger units, a fifth wheel, a bigger travel trailer, or motor coaches, whatever there is, it's going to be about a 72-hour minimum turnaround on those. So what we do is we do a full, we call it a PDI, which is a pre-delivery inspection. So for the manufacturer warranties, you actually end up having to do, have all your tanks filled, everything taken care of to make sure that there's no leaks, no propane leaks, because the last thing that we want to do is have you out camping and end up with some type of carbon monoxide problem in the camper.
Having a surprise.
Boom. Right. Next thing you know, your gas monitors are going off and camping trip's ruined.
You sleep real good, though.
Right. Yeah. Maybe forever. But then we also have to be able to schedule, a lot of times financing and things like that, they don't go as quick as what maybe buying a vehicle is. A recreational vehicle, there's a little bit more that goes into it. The terms are going to be a lot longer. That's why you see lower monthly payments. And we also have to get one of our technicians scheduled to be able to do an orientation on those campers for you.
Just ballpark price range. So somebody's listening and they're like, hey, this camping thing was cool. We hear Zach and Jeremiah talking about it all the time. Say somebody wants to go get something they can pull behind their Chevy half-ton truck, and they just want something relatively basic. What kind of a budget would they be looking at for a purchase price, or even a monthly payment if they're saying, hey, I this sounds fun, I want to get into it, but I just don't know.
So we actually got some really nice units that just came in on the Hideout line that sleep 4 comfortably. Not a whole lot to it. It's something to get you up off the ground, kind of a nice entry level unit.
Air conditioned, heated, got a way to cook and to use the facilities on board.
Yeah.
Get you to Summit Lake on the weekends.
That thing's going to run right around $10,995, plus your tax, and then title and documentation fees, which those at our dealership run about $299. So sub $12,000. If you're thinking about financing one, a lot of times banks, lenders like to be able to see about 10% down. So you're looking at $1,000 down payment and payments in the $100 range. So very, very doable.
Very workable. I think we made that work, Bones. You've got a Ford truck in your driveway.
Mm-hmm. But if I'm going to come to the show and I'm going to get one, I'm driving out of the show that moment. I'm handing you cash, and everybody's better just clear the path because I'm driving
the tow
home.
Motor Bones wants to go home with.
Yeah.
So see, the best part is you don't actually have to go to the show to get the great deal. You can come right to the dealership, and we can make that happen, Bones.
But I want to do it at the show and show everybody what I just bought.
You want to put the sticker on the show and get your street cred?
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. We
avoid the potholes at 38th and Keystone.
It's that whole trip home from 70 that's going to be the issue.
See, I don't have to take 70.
How do you guys? I just always want to know what route do you send all these campers from Newcastle down to the State Fairgrounds?
Well,
they get special instructions.
If
we're going to take 40 all the way.
Yeah, well, somebody's never seen the RV. That's, to me, the most impressive thing I've kind of always been curious about is the logistics of an RV show. Because you ever go there, one, they are
it's like Tetris,
tongue to bumper, crammed in there, and then you look like, yeah, these people brought like 15, 20, and they're like from Newcastle. And like, how do you just get them all over there? And
38,
70,
the 69.
So we have a couple guys that we use to transport, and they have teams, and it's going to be 38 to 69.
The Benford.
Yep.
And it goes right by the State Fairgrounds.
Yeah. Didn't even have to get off 69, just roll it in.
Yeah.
Right. So super convenient. The thing that I find really wild, and same to your point, Zach, is our floor plan inside of our dealership. It's set up almost the same way, bumper to bumper, nose to nose. And our facility maintenance guy does an incredible job of figuring out exactly the total length of a camper and getting them set in there. And he does the floor plan for the shows, and it goes off seamless. I don't want to be in charge of that. I've heard or seen too many times where campers have ended up being conjoined at bumpers, and I don't want to be responsible for that.
Sounds
I was going to say, how many people does it take to park a camper in this showroom?
2.
One spotting and one moving it.
Sometimes 1.
Oh, damn. That's impressive.
They're probably using like a forklift or something like that to move them around once they get in the building.
Yeah, we have forklifts. We did have one go down this year, so now one of our guys has a really nice Caterpillar rig that is AC'd. You can tell who the favorite is. It's interesting to see them move.
Yeah.
Sales guys help out occasionally when they need a spotter. We're gonna put 2 of them side by side or need to line them up.
All right. So if you don't have plans yet, go down to the Indiana State Fairgrounds and get your fix. Go. It's a great way to go see all the new stuff that's coming out. You get to go through Walnut Ridge's stuff and all the competition too. And you go, I really do like the hideouts that they have. Way better than the Springdale's competition has.
Not have any Airstreams?
We do not have Airstreams.
They're not an Airstream dealer.
Okay. I'm just asking.
Sometimes they might get a used one.
On
Occasion, they can come rolling through.
They could. The guy would have to be really hard up. So the thing about Airstreams, they're really hard to resell because they hold their value.
Yeah.
And the Airstream clients can typically buy a brand new one just as easy as they can buy a used one.
Gotcha. Forrest.
So, yeah.
Now I have a question on the used ones. Do we change out the mattress and stuff in them and the cushions, or no?
You can do what you want. Here's the God's honest truth on a camper. The mattress is a placeholder.
Okay.
I buy a camper. The mattress goes we have a big walk-in closet.
Yeah.
The original mattress goes in there and it hangs out. And then I buy a mattress on Amazon that I like.
Gotcha.
Because I like a much nicer mattress than the starter, the demo model.
We have a couple used ones out there that are just the plywood frame for the mattress.
Okay.
And customers are like, are you going to supply a mattress? I'm like, you can buy a cheap one on Amazon. We sell them over at, the parts store. But yeah, for the most part.
I was curious about that.
We put foam toppers on ours.
That's about all most of the mattresses are, is just a little bit of a foam topper.
Yeah, they're about.
You guys are not selling me on this whole camper.
No,
thing.
but that's just literally, it's one of the first things you can do is, and some people like it. Like I put a foam topper on ours, and like my wife, it's her favorite bed she sleeps in, and that's all we did to it. We just threw a foam topper on it. You still throw a little bit on there, because the beds it's always on a plywood base, and typically it's partially hinged because there's storage underneath it if it's a main bed. So, but that's one of those things that you're
Ours is like a $300 coil.
Yeah, I was gonna say
coil and foam mattress, and it does great.
And ours is probably like a $50 to $100 mattress topper, and you're good. And besides, most people you figure out when you get into a camper, there's stuff you get like right off the bat, and the mattress thing is not like a crazy part of it, but it's a real quick thing you do, and it's like, oh, and that way you can kind of dial it in how you like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Why have a camper that costs an extra $2,000 and has a mattress in there that you absolutely hate, but Jeremiah thinks is the best mattress ever? And then now you spend an extra $2,000 on it, or $500, whatever it is.
You know, if they put a $500 mattress in it, the
half the people are going to go, this is terrible.
Well, that and the manufacturer's not going to charge you $500 for it. They're going to bump it up because it's a feature now. It's got memory foam in there or whatever. So.
And there are some of them out there that have a 10-inch thick bamboo mattress in them, and you pay for that 10-inch thick bamboo mattress.
It's worth every penny, I bet.
Now, Bones, here's the real question. If you buy a used camper, do you want them to put a fresh toilet in it for you, or are you okay with the used one? Did you buy your house new?
No.
Did you get?
No, the toilets we kept
right.
from the previous. But those can be like clean with bleach. You can't really clean the mattress with bleach.
Gotta change
it's always Zach's favorite conversation as to whether or not anybody used the tanks or not.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
That's
people
a weird
don't.
one.
And I'm like, good, save it for me.
All right, national news, guys. The United States attacked a Venezuelan drug ship in the Caribbean Sea. Did you see the story in the show notes?
I saw it this morning as I was having coffee. I was like, good, we killed one ship while 50 others were going right behind it.
I just thought I sail in the Caribbean on a cruise ship, and I'm like, God, now the Caribbean isn't normally a war zone.
Well, not since like for the last 2,000 years, it hasn't been.
The pirates,
Yeah.
the pirates have been pushed away. We killed 11 people. They said it was for drugs. I didn't realize that there's like 4,000 troops in the Caribbean now.
Yeah, there's been
Been asleep at the wheel covering the local news here. So 4,000 Marines and sailors are in the waters around the Caribbean and Latin America trying to fight drug cartels. And there is a bounty out on the president of
Venezuela
for $50 million.
That's it.
I mean, there's two get-rich-quick schemes right now. One, you buy a lottery ticket because tonight it's a $1.4 billion drawing.
Yeah, thank you.
Or, it's after 8. You could say the word now.
No.
It's 8:01. Or you can go down and you can claim the cartel, the bounty on this dude.
You want to knock out 2 birds with maybe 1 gun?
What are you going to do?
Well, we can knock over a convenience store and steal the lottery tickets and then go to Venezuela.
Everybody else is remarkably silent after that idea.
I think Venezuela sounds more fun than the lottery tickets. Might be a little bit more action-packed.
I'm trying to find the note in here.
You haven't knocked over the right convenience store.
I'm going to say that what happens in Venezuela stays in Venezuela. You can come back here if you knock a gas station over for some tickets. You're not going.
No, but then we can just move to Colombia.
I have no interest in living in Colombia.
You have any interest in living in Venezuela?
No, not there either.
Yeah.
I'd probably like to stay away from all the areas I heard about when I was learning about the drug trade back in the day.
Then you live in one, though.
Apparently, there are people calling for us to increase the bounty to $100 million as well on this guy. President Maduro.
I thought we were going to mess in foreign affairs, countries that didn't have what they.
Double our chances at 100 million versus 50.
Well, did you see that Russia and China and North Korea all got together and had a big parade? I thought that was.
They were celebrating the end of World War II.
I thought that was
and the Chinese and Russian big win 80 years ago.
I thought that would have been a perfect time to knock somebody out
or start a war.
Yeah.
You're too old to get drafted. Yeah, why not?
Exactly.
Do we have bounties on other people in the world? I'm still struggling with this one.
Maybe.
I didn't know that was a thing. It seems like one of those things that
wasn't there a bounty on Osama?
He's not a government leader. He was a terrorist leader who launched an attack.
I don't think this dude's really a government leader either. I think he got voted out and just denied it.
I don't know. This is. I mean, it's a communist state, yada yada yada. But I'm uncomfortable.
Is it me?
No, I mean, it's foreign policy, I guess. I don't know. In more local news, do you guys remember the story about Indiana wanting to do the annexation of Illinois?
Are we still talking about this?
Unfortunately,
the story has moved forward. It's progressed. Tommy, you remember this?
Vaguely. I was reading the link right before the show.
I remember being shocked because not long after that came out, we had several of our state representatives in here, and they did not. They immediately dismiss it as just like
comedy.
Yeah.
So it came out, and it was said to be like one of the priorities in a press conference when they set the legislative agenda last time. And we said, "Oh, this is a silly little throwaway thing. Nothing will come of it." And it moved forward and got pushed out into law that Indiana would form this committee. The House voted 64-23 to move forward with it, and the Senate 36-13. It was to study 33 Illinois counties potentially becoming a part of Indiana, and they said that they could set up a committee of 11 board members. 6 of them will be from Indiana, 5 of them from Illinois. Illinois has yet to do anything with this at all. So they haven't voted to accept that this is a reality. They haven't said, hey, we're putting 5 people on this committee. But the way that we wrote the law in Indiana, we said, as long as there's 6 members, we can move forward and we can do our phony baloney committee. Like most boards in Indiana, they can have no majority of any one political party. So they have 4 Republicans and 1 Democrat they've appointed so far to this committee. And none of us even got a courtesy phone call to see if we would be interested in this.
Although I did get one number I didn't recognize. I answer.
Greg Newman, Posey County, Indiana. He's a CPA and a partner in an accounting firm down in Posey County, that's southwestern Indiana. Don Leahy of Brookston, Indiana. He owns a farm, and he was a state representative until he retired in 2022. He's in White County, which is up north. That's Monticello area. You know what's in Monticello?
Indiana Beach.
Indiana Beach. Proving
Not
once
anymore.
again that there's more than corn in Indiana.
Yeah.
Clay Andrews of Warren County. He's a Republican and a 6th-generation farmer, according to the governor's office. He's a commissioner in Warren County, Indiana. And Jeff Papa of Boone County. He's the chief of staff and general legal counsel for the Indiana State Senate. So the guy that is the top attorney for the state Senate got to be on this committee. I don't know how much any of these people make. So those are the 4 Republicans. And then you think, all right, no, if they don't get Democrats to agree to do this thing, then they couldn't possibly function because they have to have 6 members. Ray McCammon of Sullivan County is a Sullivan County commissioner and a Democrat, and he's on the board. They still haven't found another Democrat to take the position yet. Maybe we could submit Zach.
No. You put
Token Democrat Zach.
Put this in with like the I'll call it the redistricting talk, whatever. I'm like, isn't this going to pigeonhole a weird thing where if it were to happen, which man, I hope it doesn't, because the whole thing just seems embarrassing. Then we'll steal some electoral votes from Illinois, but then Illinois will just be a for sure Democratic state from here on out because it'll just be dominated by Chicago. Because their whole thing is they're trying to like manipulate and do things to keep the presidential election in a certain way. It seems like this would just help that because it would just take a Republican state in a state that's
make it even more red
and make it more Republican, and then take half of this other state, which could go either way, I would think, in some years, depending on what's going on. I don't pay much attention to Illinois, and it would just make it a surefire Democratic state because you're taking away any balance of Chicago away from them. I don't know.
I don't remember. Are these counties all like on the border with us?
Not at all.
No,
that's right. They're all
they're
like
not even
Iowa.
contiguous. They're not even contiguous. There'll be islands of Indiana and Illinois.
So can you imagine now? Draw Indiana. You have your kids draw Indiana, just be all little checkers.
Listen, in their defense, pull up Kentucky. There is a portion of Kentucky that is north of the Ohio River.
Yes.
In Indiana.
Okay.
There's a horse track there. And if you look at Kentucky, there's a portion of the state that is west of the Mississippi River because the river moved. This is the same thing.
No, it is not.
This is
Not
the
even
same.
close.
Not even
This is
close.
the same thing. You
No.
can't get there from here.
So my biggest question though is, are there going to be dispensaries that have to shut down
Oh.
because of the
Good
fact?
questions. There's solid questions. Yeah.
They would never dare have a dispensary in a county that red.
No.
But I mean, it's
because
fair
they don't want
game.
to knock out the dealers.
Do you
This is
imagine?
called the Indiana-Illinois Boundary Adjustment Commission, by the way.
Can you imagine living in Illinois, and you're just watching PBS and watching Bob Ross? Then all of a sudden they switch over, and now no more Bob Ross, no more PBS. That's liberal bullshit.
I'm trying to say. Is there a map?
There is a map out there.
I can say I really want because I bet it's comedically awful. Is the counties? Will you be able to get to St. Louis? No. No, not quite. You could get to Missouri though. Yeah, there's like 2 counties up in the like. If people know Illinois, the kind of the bump out on the left side, there's 2 counties up there that aren't even right next to each other. They're close, and then there's 1 county on the Indiana border that's kind of probably up in the kind of northern area, and then they're kind of across the south. And yeah, it's weird.
You can almost be in Iowa and still be in Indiana.
Yeah,
I bet you can get to Iowa because I bet is that the cutout for Iowa.
It's like a third of the state of Illinois. 33 counties. There's probably, 100 counties in Illinois?
Yeah.
How many counties in Illinois?
The whole thing just seems embarrassing because it's just like
102.
On both ends.
On both ends. It seems like there's just, it's just a lot of the them versus us and this kind of war of cities versus rural areas. But you look at the map and you're like, this isn't, it would make sense if like, oh, we're going to lop off. And it would make more sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. If they were like, okay, we're going to take like the bottom, whatever corner, the bottom kind of area of it.
It is contiguous enough that Indiana would now border Missouri, which I think Missouri has a border with more states than anybody else. So that would solidify their hold on that.
How about Tennessee?
Now, the only thing that I can think of, too, that would be kind of comical relief on this is everybody that says Illinois with the S. If it goes through, then you could have which one, the north one or the south one, because Indiana's right in the middle of it.
But there would be a couple counties in the south, what about 10 or 12, that would still be in Illinois, but are not
completely
bordered.
separated.
They would
as
be
well.
complete. Yeah, there would be like the north and the south, because they would not be able to. They'd have to go through Indiana to get back to Illinois.
By my eyeballing here, there are in this design. This whole thing is ridiculous. There are about 4 counties in Illinois that would be completely separated from the new Indiana counties that would be completely separated from this state, that would not be touching, including one that borders Missouri and Iowa right now. And that one's pretty close to a little spot that was totally separated.
Well,
and then
the 2 south of Evansville there would be those.
There is a proposed section where you could go through, and you could drive through 7 counties and cross the state line 6 times.
I'm going to hold this up for Tommy so he can see.
I think it's like, is it Vandenberg or something like that? There's one like one county that's like in the middle would have Indiana on the north and the south and the east, but not the west. But if you went north, there's 2 counties of Indiana, then be a county of Illinois, then back to a county of Indiana, and then finally in Illinois for good.
This is the dumbest thing we've ever talked about.
Like, it's one of those
this
things,
is the dumbest thing.
It's one of those things where,
with all due respect to our legislative friends that are listening, this is the dumbest thing we have ever.
It's one of those things that's like,
and it's real.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like my 4th grader would come up with, like this level of intelligence, and I would be a loss to describe to him. He's like, but I want to do it this way. I'm like, but you can't. And he's like, well, why not? And you realize that if somebody's they think that they're being logical and they think this is a good idea, that you can't even reason with them as to just how foolish it is if all of a sudden states start snatching counties away from other states because they're not happy with something. Because there are people, can you imagine if somehow can we take 70, all the counties that have 70 going through them, and could we like become part of Ohio so we could get the road fixed better? Because
no, but here we do this though. Now we could start pensioning, like selling ourselves to other states. That's the
you
don't like being part of California? Come be part of Indiana.
Yeah. You go to Ohio and like right across the border, like, hey, are you happy with your
Indiana now stretches coast to coast.
You just start annexing, manifest destiny.
Yeah.
Allegedly, these 33 counties
have shown interest.
Had county referendums that had asked to leave the state. Non-binding, whatever. But they had asked to be considered to leave. I want to know how many people live there. That's what I want to know, is how many people this is actually going to take out of Illinois and put into
one
Indiana.
Was like Effingham, the city of Effingham.
That's like, what, 40,000
That's
people?
a pretty good sized city. Because I know after Effingham.
Good. We need another Jasper, Indiana. Or whatever the hell it's going to be.
Or are any of them counties that already have an existing county by that name?
Oh yeah, that's Shelby County. There's a Shelby County, Illinois that's on both, I know for certain. 12.5 million people live in Illinois. The Chicago metro alone is 8.5 million.
Oh, so 60% of the population of Illinois is in Chicago.
Yeah. I mean, there's hardly any people in this. This is a land grab.
I have so much. I'd love to know, because this is the dispensaries question is a good question. The other question is, okay, so these counties, I'm assuming then that some of the tax revenue is significant Chicago heavy.
Michael Hicks, who's at Ball State University Center for Business and Economic Research, found that the secessionist counties would be equivalent to the nation's second poorest state.
That's the other question I had. So then these counties were getting,
they would drop our state per capita income.
And then also, what is their government tax outlay to these counties compared to the income that these counties create? Because whether people like it or not, the state brings in money and then disperses it, and not at a 1-to-1. They're not giving, well, we collected this much money from Henry County, we're not going to give it all back to Henry County. Like some of that money gets handed around, like food and beverage, infamous, that money is collected in donut counties and it gets distributed out. So are we going to get these 33 states and like, congratulations, you just inherited $100 million in tax revenue, but they cost you $250 million a year in road, welfare, schools, whatever.
February 3rd, Michael Hicks put out an op-ed, and he said that these 33 counties are 6.6% of the population and 4% of the state's economy. The per capita income of the secessionist counties is $54,000. If it was a separate state, it would be the second poorest in the nation, sliding between Mississippi and West Virginia. The remaining counties enjoy a per capita income of $73,200.
It's like $20,000 almost.
$20,000 difference.
Whoa.
18% of the adults in these counties have completed college, while Illinois is 36%. This new secessionist state would immediately be the least well-educated in the state, and would be right about where the U.S. was, the least well-educated state in the country, and would be right where the U.S. was in the 1980s.
Might be the biggest meth producer, though.
West Virginia, I don't know.
That's two real good states, though. I mean,
if the secessionist parts of Illinois were their own state, they would have the worst 25 years population loss of any state in U.S. history.
So it's going down too.
So it's easy, and he says it's easy to understand why they're not so happy over there.
Sounds like they need to stay over there.
Oh God,
it's that's us trying to actively inherit a mess as a state, and we have counties here that have their own problems.
I wonder what kind of condition their roads are in. Honestly,
it's better than Indiana. It has to, although every state complains about the roads. But
hold up, we were voted the best roads in the nation.
Yeah, by somebody who's never been here. They didn't drive. I would kind of almost believe that for some roads, because in general, as somebody who stays off 70, I find that the highways are in pretty good shape here.
Okay, here's the thing. After that analysis, why the hell doesn't Illinois say just fine, take it, whatever?
Yes. How funny would it be if they just
fine? You want to get nuts?
Yeah,
take them
here.
Good luck.
And here's and they'll take like.
And here's a couple to connect it too.
Yeah, here's a couple.
Goodbye.
Yeah, don't have to worry about it anymore.
Maybe that's why they're fine having shown up to the table.
They're formulating.
Yeah, they're like, we're not going to waste our tax dollars on formulating a team to combat this. So
you can have it.
Maybe that's why they've just been quiet. If we just don't say anything, they'll come over here and take it.
This is dumbest.
It's just like I said, it's embarrassing. It's like nobody wants to actually like figure any problems out. They're just trying. This is like, oh, this is funny, or this is the way they'll do it, because nobody actually wants to like talk about it.
And then it'll go before Congress, and they'll say, "Yeah, we like this. This is fine." You go, "Oh, Congress, the federal government will never let this happen, right?" And then they do.
Yeah,
and then it happens. And we wake up in 2030, and this is the reality. I'm out.
Yeah, I'm like this. We go on to better things.
Sports.
Tell me who Willpower is and why is he leaving Penske?
Okay, look over your right shoulder. That is a visor.
Okay.
Signed by Willpower.
I know who Willpower is. I just need a better way to get out of the damn subject.
Will signed a visor to the Boss Hog of Liberty podcast. He's the winningest driver in the history of Team Penske in IndyCar. And he won 3 races for them last year. And they said, yeah, Will, we just don't know if you're good enough to be here, so we're going to string you out.
Okay. Bye.
So he made his own luck and signed a contract. And between Sunday when the IndyCar race finished at Nashville, Tennessee, and today, all of the silly season stuff happened. So I'm going to take you through a list of things that have happened, transactions that have happened in the IndyCar world.
This is where it gets really fun.
Buckle up. Tommy's been in the fantasy IndyCar. He's going to know the names at least.
I think I beat Bones on that.
Easy. Everybody should have.
Yeah.
You might have been the only person I beat.
No, I'm going to give Bones credit in one regard because I was looking at the results because I was like, maybe I was best in something. Bones had the most money in the bank.
What was Bones?
That was your goal.
Yeah.
It was like 125 million bucks. I think I had 121. There were like two or three of us that were above 120 million. So Bones made like $25 million.
Roger's going to be calling me soon.
And I made like 20. A lot of other people were like net neutral, but just a little more points.
So Will Power, he leaves Team Penske and he signed at Andretti Autosport. Andretti Autosport said, or Andretti Global, whatever the hell they're called now. Andretti had said, we're keeping all three of our drivers. We'll make no changes. That changed in the last week or two because Colton Herta is not leaving Andretti. He is getting farmed out to their European entries, and he's going to be a
test and development
driver for their
development.
Cadillac Formula One program. And maybe probably going to do some Formula 2 stuff and try to get his super license so he can be a Formula One driver. Rinus VeeKay is leaving Dale Coyne for unknown reasons, but it's rumored that he's going to go drive for AJ Foyt Racing because they are calling up David Malukas to replace Will Power. So it's this big circle of musical chairs that just happened. So my question to Zach and to the rest of us can chime in here too. Are they better in IndyCar now that Will Power is at Andretti and Colton Herta is not in IndyCar? Is the field better now than it was, or more interesting than it was last week?
No. It'd be interesting to see who kind of backfill some of the positions. VeeKay was a surprise to me, but then I guess all the other things kind of moving along because he did really well at Dale Coyne and Michael Cannon's there. And Michael Cannon is obviously very, very good at his job. And it's kind of the reason why, at least for a bit, that Foyt was as good as they were. Because he was there for when they got better. And he was, in theory, the reason why Penske formed that relationship. But I'm not that sold on Malukas. I like VeeKay. Will Power at Andretti will be interesting because he'll be very motivated. Because I think in one regard or another, he said he got an offer from Penske, but I still think he felt kind of disrespected.
He got an offer
for probably a year
after he won a race at Portland.
Yeah.
So they did not make him an offer until 2 weeks ago. He went all year long without an offer, got drug along. Hey, they told him back in June, if you want to talk to some other people, talk to some other people. And then they finally said, hey, we'll offer you something 2 weeks ago. And at that point, I think he said the hell.
And at that point, he was
I'm down.
Clearly, the last 2 years,
he wasn't
the class of the Penske organization in the championship. So
I kind of thought he was going to go to RLL.
That's what I thought as well. I thought Rahal Letterman was the place that he was going to land. Prema, somewhere where I thought he could really elevate one of those teams. Instead, he's sliding into a team that won 3 races this year, and he's a killer. Colton Herta should have won a lot more than 6 races or 11 races or whatever he won for them. But he hit the wall leading multiple times on street course races. We had this joke in the Wall IndyCar League about how Colton Herta was fool's gold. He'd look really good, and then 80% of the way through the race, something would go terribly wrong. He would make a mistake. Maybe a pit crew problem. Something would happen.
Yeah, I'm curious. Will Power in an Andretti street race trim car should be pretty amazing to watch because
he should win St. Pete.
Probably going away from the pole because they have year after year, even though they struggled in other areas, their damper program is really good for road and street courses and for street courses specifically. And that's his specialty. That's his bread and butter. He's always been pretty good at street races. So I'm curious to see if he's happier. He shouldn't. It's a multi-year deal, according to the interview on Off Track with Dan Towers.
Fall State guy, chirp.
Yeah, so he didn't have anything to worry about. I think he had a horrible year. He got pestered all year about what he was doing, and I bet he'll enjoy next year not having that question being asked all the time. And if it helps Andretti because they can go send Colton off, and then they slide a guy into that car that he's been the class of Penske for the last 2 years.
I got into a Twitter argument today, and I didn't even mean to, or an X argument. What is it? Twitter or X? Bones?
It's Twitter.
It's X.
Okay. I got into an X Twitter argument.
It's the Everything app.
There was an announcement today as well that Toronto is the IndyCar race that's existed there since the 80s. Is the street course that they've raced on is not available. There's a World Cup soccer is happening, and it basically ties up the exhibition place area of Toronto for the entire summer. Between that and the other things that they have going on, there's literally no way that they can hold this event. So there's a town just north of Toronto, the York District or whatever the hell it is. It's basically the Carmel of Toronto. They've moved the race there. People are mad. People are always mad. It's a multi-year deal for them to have the street course race on that facility so they can still have a race in Toronto. And people are pissed. They said, why is it a multi-year deal? If this is just a problem for this year, why is it a 1 year deal? Why
does you got to spend a bunch of money to build the infrastructure to host the race?
And that was the argument I was having this is better than no race at all.
Yeah.
Because if you weren't going to be able to, if that town says, hey, we'll build you a street course race, they would be absolutely crazy to say, hey, we're going to do it just for 1 year. If you're going to make the investments to tear up your roads, to change your town over, to do whatever has to be done to be able to build a racetrack in your city,
build a paddock,
you have to have that there, right? I'm trying to see the chat displays differently now than it did before. There we go. I couldn't see anything. Now I got them all. I had one comment and then I had nothing at all before. Now I've got them. Bones is editing the show notes over here. I see what he tried to do.
Quick judgments.
Yeah. Are we running tight on
shows
time?
on time? Yeah.
Are you worried?
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get those lottery tickets before 9:00.
Well, 9? I thought it was 10.
That might be.
I don't know what kind of the drawing is. I haven't bought a lottery ticket since 1977. So.
You should try.
I get stuck behind the people buying cigarettes, their Pall Malls and whatever else.
Well,
North Spirits.
Yeah.
Follow me. You can get stuck behind me.
And the Mini.
So, Zach, should these people just suck it up and say, hey, you're lucky to have a race at all?
Yeah. It might be great. You don't know. Because, and I was in all the trackside said, Kevin Lee's like, I'd gone out to eat during the race weekend, and people are like, why is it so busy? They didn't know there's a race going on. I don't know how you don't know when they're blocking off part of your town, but I want to see what it looks like. I saw somebody like making fun, like, this where the race is going to be, and it was a picture of like a path through grass or whatever. But I bet that, and I'm not a super fan of Carmel, you could probably lay out a pretty sweet road course around Carmel and have it look pretty good.
I went to a Google Street View. I looked at it and I thought, well, this looks about like Anderson. Like, it didn't look super amazing. A couple of taller buildings, and it was near a YMCA and a train station. But they can make it look cool.
Yeah.
And it gives it's a city it'll be their own identity, right? It gives them something to sell, something to do, and it doesn't work out.
Apparently there's not World Cup action going on at the time, but the World Cup's like lease or whatever they've got going on, they kind of own and control that area where the race normally is for like a month after they're done. I'm assuming just in case something happens and they need the venue or something. Yeah. Do what you got to do. Be happy you have a race.
Markham is the name of the town. Markham. I don't know.
Markham.
Nobody knows how to say it.
Markham, eh?
Markham. They looked all around Ontario from Niagara Falls to Ottawa, and this is where they landed. So it's been there since 1986, one of the longest standing races on the calendar. I'm trying to read through what was scratched out here in the notes. We did have a fantasy IndyCar league. Congratulations to the Planks on their fantasy IndyCar victory. Kelly and Forrest Plank finished 1 and 2. Mr. Bones, where'd you finish?
Wow. I finished with the most money, according to Zach.
You had the big budget.
Yep.
On the old grid rival. So yeah, there was like 4 people that had a chance to win going into Nashville. and I wound up 8th in our league. So,
The father-in-law had a great run.
he did. He finished
Sunday.
4th. Yep.
Think
Chris
he was-
Galt mercifully didn't win. He was 3rd. Josie Morrell was 5th in top 5. Brad Lowry 6th. Aaron Ewert 7th. I was 8th. Chase Payton he led most of the year. He was 9th, and Sarah Morrell down in 10th. Those are your top 10. Congratulations, everybody.
I thought I had
Your checks will be coming in the mail.
I thought I had a full slate, and it turns out I had 2 empty slots for the last race, and I didn't know because I wasn't getting notifications because I was you were in a park that had little to no cell phone reception.
Tom, the camper guy, was 30th, and Mr. Bones was 31st. So, but it was a hell of a gap between 30th and 31st. Damn near 800 points between the boys.
Okay.
We were fighting for the toilet bowl trophy.
Yeah,
I think there were people behind us.
there were 42 entries that scored points. So
Yeah, but I think some of those kind of
some of them fell off.
after about May.
Some didn't make it all the way through. You may be around the bottom of the full season competitors.
Did I not beat your father-in-law?
No.
My father-in-law, he claims that he got locked out and had to start again.
Oh,
So he claims that he has 2 different teams, and he does. He has he was 34th and 29th. So his new team actually beat you, even after.
I beat a
after all that.
Penske.
You did beat a Penske. NFL starts this weekend.
Yes.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Thursday night football is tomorrow. We got Cowgirls and Eagles.
The birds. That's
Did Jerry not sell the whole team?
no.
I think there are still people wearing the uniforms this weekend.
There's
but
still hope for them. It's still this year. Okay. Once we get past week 6, then next year.
They're getting traded for future 8th round picks.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry's asleep behind the wheel.
we got a YouTube only game on Friday night. I think it's Chiefs Chargers,
They're in Brazil.
something like that. This is the weird NFL Friday night game that's allowed to happen, but it's not going to be able to happen next year because it's where Labor Day falls is weird.
Okay.
So it's a calendar oddity that they're able to have it this time. I think we covered that last year as well, but that won't happen again next year. So you get a Thursday game, a Friday game, head to head with high school football. You're going to have your college football on Saturday, and then Sunday you've got the majority of your NFL games. Then I think Vikings and Bears is your Monday night football game. So 5 days straight of football coming at you.
Well, if you need me, I'll be on my couch if I'm not trying to sell campers.
How good do we feel about the horseshoe this year?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
You're wearing the colors.
I mean,
I'm going to the game Sunday.
Okay.
I'm all in. I'm excited.
Did you get a package from the Colts today?
I didn't.
Because you're a season ticket holder.
Well, the company is. I'm not. Okay. I'm downstream of the. I'm not the big dog that gets it.
Your name's not on the ticket.
Correct.
Is
Gotcha.
the enthusiasm for the season marked by the fact that you got the tickets for the first game of the season that quickly?
No, I will say that it took a little more effort, and it did last year too, to place tickets with customers. It's not just an instant gimme, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, it used to be like, yeah. I have a friend that his employer had season tickets to Indians, Pacers, Colts. We never got a sniff at the suite tickets for the Colts games, but we could get like Indians tickets and like Pacers tickets here and there. But the Colts game, no, they were never available. So I just didn't.
The Athletic has what they call the Hope Meter. I sent this to you guys so you could see it and review it.
I don't get it.
So this is a survey of the fan bases, and they're optimistic versus pessimistic. So they said, hey, are you a Bengals fan? Are you optimistic or are you pessimistic about your team? So 61% of Bengals fans, and this is Cincinnati math over here because it doesn't tie. 61% of Bengals fans are optimistic about their team, and 40% are pessimistic about their team.
This is where Northern Kentucky starts creeping in.
This is where they took in one of those counties of Kentucky, I think. So 60-40, the Bengals fans think they're in good shape. If you are a Bo Nix fan over there in Denver, 99% of the Bronco fans think they're good.
That's telling you that the weed now in Colorado is phenomenal.
Eagles fans, 98%. Buccaneers fans, 97%. Ravens fans, 96%. Even the Lions, Christy Avery and the Lions, 95%. Bills fans, 93%. Like, these fans are riding high, excited going into the season. It's the NFL. Anybody can make the playoffs. You're supposed to be, like, ready to go. Excited. Anybody, any given Sunday, every team's supposed to finish 9-8, whatever. You're optimistic, good to go.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out why the Steelers are like a 50-50 split.
So, with all of that said, there are only 6 teams where the fan bases are under 50% optimistic. 6. The Dolphins, 19%. Okay, the Jets were 42%, which is, they're drunk. I don't even know why they think 42%, but whatever. Your Steelers are 51-49. Dolphins fans, 19-82. Dolphins Colts Sunday.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys. That's exciting.
The Apathy Bowl
in Indianapolis.
Gonna end in a tie.
I'm like, listen, we haven't won a game to start a season since Chuck Pagano was
2013.
early in his it was early on. So we
didn't have a great track record of opening it. Well, I guess we were
So maybe against them. Browns fans 18% optimistic. Cowboy fans 13%. New Orleans Saints 9%. Indianapolis Colts 7%. 93% of fans going into the season are pessimistic about the Colts.
Where did we find the 7% that's optimistic?
I think the Jones family was interviewed.
The diehards. They're just diehard. Like, they're old. They're probably like geriatric diehards who just don't even know what's happening. They're just optimistic just to be optimistic.
Okay.
I mean, like, what, would benching your first round draft pick quarterback from a couple years ago isn't like a sign of optimism?
Or I just don't get the Broncos. How are they so optimistic?
High.
It has to be because they're playing in the toughest division.
They got Bo Nix, man.
He's not the answer.
98.7% optimism.
I don't get it. It's literally the toughest division in football, and they're thinking they're going to be the best.
They're it.
I don't get it.
Colts have the Broncos in week 2, by the way.
Good. We might be.
Wonder how optimistic they'll be if the Colts win.
If the Colts have a winning season, they are going to be the nobody believed in us, nobody saw it coming, and we have the written proof here.
If we have a winning season,
quarterback, they got a pretty good team. I do think that.
We have a phenomenal roster. The problem is quarterback.
The guy throwing the ball to them.
Yeah.
The guy's throwing the ball to them.
Because Jonathan Taylor can't run it 200 times to get a game.
Who's our Super Bowl pick? Who we got this year? Last year we had the picks. We'll check with people as they make it in here over the next couple weeks and give them a fair shot. But I want from the 4 gentlemen that are in the room today, I want to know Zach, Bones, Tommy, and Jeremiah, who we think are going to be our Super Bowl. Who's gonna be?
Who was it last
team?
year? I forget already.
Eagles.
Eagles and Chiefs.
Yep.
There's no reason why the Chiefs aren't going to get back, is there?
I mean, they're aging.
Yeah, but they're still
a pretty good football team.
Yeah, well coached and a pretty good football team. And they're going to have like permanent Taylor Swift power now because she's engaged to the franchise.
God, I hope that never breaks up.
I think this might be the year that Josh Allen makes it in.
Tommy's going to take the Bills.
And
I'm not saying that they're winning at all, but I think they're going to be in there.
I think McDermott's on a hot seat. Either you need to get us to a Super Bowl or we're going to have to start looking somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Maybe.
The Bills.
Eagles.
That's who I was kind of laying on Bills Eagles, but
I just want your winner. I don't need your second place team.
see, I don't like that.
Who's playing in the Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl? I want the team.
All right.
Put your neck out.
We'll record both of them, but I'm going to circle your winner.
Okay.
So, Tommy, your Super Bowl is Bills and Eagles.
Then I'm going to go with the Bills.
He's going for history.
In the making.
Bones, who's your AFC and NFC teams for the Super Bowl?
Give me Bills over the Rams.
Bills over Rams. Zach, do you need to know who the AFC NFC teams are?
Yeah, I really don't. Like, I'm going to say Kansas City because I just don't. That's
an AFC team.
Yeah, they keep their people. Yeah, and they see their AFC. You said.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's AFC. So I need an NFC team.
I don't care. Honestly,
let's say the Cowboys.
No, I don't think Jerry Jones
make Brian Nichols happy over there with his with the Cowboys pick. I mean, your top end NFC teams theoretically are Eagles, Buccaneers, Lions, Rams.
Lions would be a good one.
I'll take the Lions just for Christy Avery.
Who's your Super Bowl champion?
I still think it'll be Kansas City.
All right, I'm gonna go. I'm going to go Lions, and they're going to be my champion. And having to pick a stupid AFC, I was unprepared. Let's go Broncos. The hell with you all. And Bones making fun of the Broncos.
You're going to ride that high.
99% of the people say it. I'm going to go with them. The Denver Broncos are going back to the Super Bowl to lose in the era, just as John Elway did many times before. Give me the Broncos. Lions over Broncos.
Yep.
And we're going to have a happy fan base.
Did you guys see the fun stat about Bill Belichick, his college football debut?
Okay. All right.
Hey, listen,
Bones is in North Carolina.
Can we not relive this?
I didn't put this in the notes, but now we have to go there.
Okay, fine.
So North Carolina
lost convincingly.
It was the worst loss in the history of Bill Belichick. It's the most points he's ever had a team give up in his career.
Yes.
They scored, I think, 42.
42.
Who'd you play? Wake Forest State? Who
we played
them?
TCU.
Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs, the Horny Frogs.
They're a legit team.
And the most points he'd ever allowed in his NFL career was 47, I think.
48-14.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
I did.
Intently?
Yes.
Did Bill, how was Bill dressed?
Bill was dressed in his...
Like Bill,
but I think Carolina made him a hoodie where the sleeves had it wasn't cut, as you know, as typical hoodies are usually cut. This one had it was designed that way. But he was in a Carolina
I don't
hoodie.
know how that hadn't become a thing already. How had New England never just built him his own hoodie? I think
in the NFL, you have to take
off the shelf.
You have to take something that's available in the store.
Shop. Yeah. That's
so
stupid.
and then he would just cut it off. But that was a part of his little quiet protest, is that I think he had to wear something that was in the NFL shop. So he just grabbed a hoodie, cut the sleeves off, and moved on with his life. I think that was the trick.
I saw a funny joke that his girlfriend entered the transfer portal. She's college age.
It wasn't a good day.
They played the post-game interview all morning on Bob and Tom, and just act like he was just never stopping. Like, well, we're going back. Yet he's still talking, and just it was a classic Bill Belichick.
Was he in his usual bad mood?
He was just monotone. We could have worked a lot harder. We had low energy and didn't just deadpan. I don't know if he doesn't really show that much emotion in post game interviews. A lot of times he just is just talks, and that's what he was doing. He was just talking, just very low. Yeah.
I don't know if Bill's ever showed emotion.
I've seen him. Once in a while you see it, but I think he was just we lost. It's going to take him. I'd imagine it's going to take him a few years to get people that he wants in there and get things going.
Okay, no, that's not the way this is supposed to work.
No,
not with what happened at IU this last year. I mean, you can't. Okay, you don't get.
You can't.
It doesn't take 5 years to turn a football.
Okay, but that coach came from another college program and just brought the team with him. He can't bring an NFL team with him.
We had the second most player roster turnovers in college football, only behind I think West Virginia.
And I use similar to this, but North Carolina have never known them to have a football team that anybody cared about.
North Carolina's had
So
a pretty good football.
Okay, but
by the time they
yeah.
get to week 7, are they going to fire him and put Jeff Saturday in charge?
No. Although Jeff Saturday, North Carolina.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's why it's
Now I would.
there's the joke. He circled it, folks, right there.
I will be on board though. I will be on board if we want to fire Bill and put in Lawrence Taylor.
Lawrence Taylor's still living.
Yes.
Mike Tomlin can take his job.
So you've got
No, not part of the Carolina family.
this week, this next game. You've got UNC
Richmond.
at Charlotte.
Are we at Charlotte this week?
You're at Charlotte, and then Richmond. Then you got to play the powerhouse that is UCF down in Orlando. Your first ranked opponent is Clemson. They're coming into North Carolina. You've got Cal. How the hell is Cal on the calendar?
Because they're an ACC team now.
This is the dumbest world we've
Yeah.
Oh, the conferences are the conferences.
California
are
is
such
the-
convoluted messes now.
The conferences look like the new state of Indiana.
Yeah, they turn. Yes, that's where we learned that we can do that because how many teams?
The ACC, the Atlantic Coast Conference,
goes to Pacific.
is now.
Coast to coast.
Yeah.
North Carolina hosts Virginia October 25th. You go up to the Carrier Dome and play on Halloween. Stanford, sure.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Stanford, Wake Forest, Duke,
Duke.
UNC in your rivalry game, and NC State.
We just got one of those
How
last.
many games are you playing against teams from North Carolina? Jesus Christ. NC State, Duke,
big
Wake Forest.
That's 3. Richmond is Virginia. And
Charlotte.
and Charlotte. It's like 4 or 5 games
Big
in
state.
state. And then the rest of them are like, yep, New York, Florida, California.
As long as we win those last 2, I'm okay with the season.
This is rough, man.
Yeah, it's rough.
This is rough. You don't have tough competition. You have one
No.
ranked team on the entire calendar.
No,
If they don't make a bowl, this is a disappointment.
extremely.
I don't think anybody cared about Tar Heels football till now.
You'd be surprised.
I mean,
The
kinda feel
greatest
the
head
same way.
coach in the history of the NFL is coaching
exactly. That's
a
why
mid-tier ACC football team and getting his teeth kicked in.
Yeah.
And he's doing interviews with his girlfriend who's 16 years old, who seems to have his balls in a vice.
Asking for $20. on
If
the
you want to keep kicking me, go for it. But knives are about ready to come out.
I did see it.
I'm just explaining to Zach why this
Yeah.
story matters.
Well, I saw. I mean, yeah, because I don't. College football is even. I find college football impressive because I saw like a list on Instagram, and the top 10 stadiums are all over 100,000 people. Like as big as the NFL thinks they are, they're big on TV. When it comes to like showing up to games, it's college football is a much bigger thing. And I don't know. I've watched too many. Was it Virginia Tech that rolls into Enter Sandman?
Yeah.
I've
Yep.
watched
That's
way
impressive.
too many videos of those because I'm a
You're a band
geek.
nerd.
I'm a band geek, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So that part, and I saw a funny thing because Saban retired from Alabama, and the new coach they showed Saban in the office, and they said, "Yeah, it's a good job, buddy. You made Nick Saban's office look like a Verizon store because it does. It's just like he just took everything out that made it look like a cool office, but." It's a very different game in college because of the way you have to manage talent. And now there's NIL. I don't know how that all works. That's got to be a mess.
Purdue won. Ohio State Ohio State beat Texas. Arch Manning had a come to reality moment.
Was it a
and
come to
IU
reality moment?
I mean,
They didn't let him throw the ball.
all right. We'll wrap up on this part. I think that he had. First of all, he's our future quarterback in Indianapolis.
I don't think so.
We're gonna suck terribly, so that we can get there. But I think it was an impossible situation. Your first major start,
yeah.
and you're on the road at Ohio State in week 1.
Yeah.
Good luck.
I guess the team
Not
that had finished out last year real strong, obviously.
National champs, fake national champs, but national champs.
Yeah.
The pictures of Arch are hilarious because he looks confused, and I think he even sent some kind of goofy tweet.
Did you see where that might get vacated?
No,
Yeah.
No.
none of this matters. None of it matters. Who the hell cares?
Yeah, what are they going to do about it? I mean, that whole Memphis thing, that really killed Calipari's career, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah, no, it didn't. They don't care. As long as the check's clear. They don't care.
Final thoughts, Zach Burcham?
Go see the RV show. RV shows are a great time to go check out. You want people like, how do I know what kind of RV I want? Go to an RV show, look around, find all the stuff you like. And I bet that Tommy Oaks can find you the floor plan and you find it in a different make or model.
They are so good for going around. And first of all, you're not wasting the salesman's time because he'll take you around. He'll take you wherever you want to be. But if you want to put your hands on stuff and like really just look through units, RV show is great to spatially understand. Bigger guy. How the hell does this bathroom work? Like, is this possible? Is this shower tall enough? Is if I go in this bedroom, am I going to put my elbow through a wall, or is it actually functional for me?
Yeah,
like all of those things.
You don't have to go all over a big thing. They're all inside,
and you just go from unit to unit to unit.
Dude, it's a good time.
It's great. Great stuff.
Other than that, what Bar Street Cruise this weekend? Should be, yeah. So enjoy that if you're in town. And I don't know. I'm just enjoying the weather because summer just left in a hurry.
Yeah, my pool is freezing.
And I hope it doesn't come back. I'm like, I know every week we keep going like this is another week there's a better chance because Bone says something about the 90 degrees are over. I'm like, I don't know if I believe that yet, but every day a little closer.
Tommy, thanks for joining us, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure.
You want to vent about the Steelers and Aaron Rodgers? Or are you okay?
No, I'll be crying at the end of the season with my 9-8 team and Mike Tomlin still having a job and Rodgers healing from another Achilles after week 1.
Maybe they should start giving the fans ayahuasca.
Who's your backup quarterback?
I don't even know.
Tommy Maddox. Y'all have Tommy Maddox?
It's, I think, Mason Rudolph's back again.
Is he still there? All right.
I think he's come back. I don't know. It's a revolving door since Ben left. But
since Big Ben left. Yeah, well, welcome to the club. At least your team makes the playoffs once in a while. Ours is
one and done.
Our owner apparently had an addiction problem that nobody knew about. The Washington Post told us all about it.
Are you kidding me?
And he was asleep at the wheel the last couple of years. So that explains why we never fired Chris Ballard. So we'll go through this one more time and see what happens.
With the girls in charge, though, for the last 3 years, I want to say the girls had more say than what we think.
We'll find out.
I think Chris Ballard's been in charge and not supervised. And now he's going to be supervised. Tommy, thanks for being here. Glad to have you.
Appreciate it.
Mr. Bones?
Mm-hmm.
Anything we should know?
Yeah, you're an asshole at times.
That's the charming nature of this show.
But other than that, no.
If you check the Courier Times, we are page 2 this week. I don't know how long it'll happen, but they said, hey, give us a little write-up and send us a picture in, and we're going to promote the show. So if you're listening because you saw us in the Courier, welcome. This is episode 407, so we've been around since 2017, but we're excited you're here, and we do some pretty cool stuff. Fun news, and we do some really serious topics, but sometimes we need a night like tonight where we just blow off some steam and see what happens. So you get some local news, you get some sports, you'll enjoy it. And if you don't, this part was free. Patreon's where it's really at. We'll see you later.